is bitter and all my senses are coming unglued.
Hello YouTube, and as I said, I was going to talk about Kerplunk next, so here I am talking about Kerplunk. It's obviously one of the best Green Day records. I believe every Green Day fan should put this at least in their top 5 favorite Green Day records. This is the album where like Green Day made their, you could say, a trademark sound. This was the first recording with Trey Cool, and he was a big part in developing that signature Green Day sound. This also really developed the Green Day's 90s sound. This was the first album. This was the first of only 3, but when you think about 90s Green Day, you think Green Day with tuning that was a step down, or half a step down. I'm not exactly sure why Green Day did that and why they went back to just standard tuning. I don't know. Anyway, this kind of like 1039. The CD version has an extra extra tracks on it. This one features the Sweet Children EP, which for the longest time, the longest time, I thought that the Sweet Children EP was the first thing Green Day recorded. I thought it was recorded in the late 80s. It took me a long time. It was just because the sound quality and the drummer listed is a Al I can never say it properly, so I'm probably gonna say it wrong. Even though I've heard it a few times, it's Al Sabanito or something like that. Anyway, and I later found out that's actually John from the early Green Day stuff. And I found out that what had happened was that they were on tour, and I want to say it was Indianapolis or somewhere like that, Ohio or somewhere like that. Green Day stopped in to just help out a local record company. So they went in to just record a few songs, and some of the very early written stuff, because that stuff got never put on tape. So they said, okay, we got some extra songs, let's just do these songs and put this out. I remember seeing Kerplunk and Smooth Out Slappy Hours at the CD stores. And I was first confused because I started to like Green Day back in the summer of 1996, and they just had to me, I thought they just had 2 albums out, and Dookie and Insomniac was their second album. I'd heard nothing of this record, and I thought the first 2 albums covers were just kind of weird compared to Dookie and Insomniac, which were very art-filled covers. Like, for instance, this is just a drawing of a girl and a gun. It's really just kind of 3 colors going on here: green, white, and black. Yeah, it's not like now where you can just go online and type in Green Day, Kerplunk, bring up every song and you can listen to it, which is kind of cool. But this, I had no idea what it was going to sound like outside of, Green Day. So anyway, I got this on Christmas of 1996, and I really didn't know what to expect with this. And when I put it on, when 2000 light years started, I was like, oh, this is a really good song. I noticed that there was a quality change. I was like, oh man, This recording's kind of lo-fi. But I was like, there's some amazing songs on this record. I mean, like I said, there's like, this album features some of my all-time favorite Green Day songs. You know, I mean, 2000 Light Years Away, One of My Lies, who wrote Holding Caulfield, I can never say. No One Knows, 80, Christie Road, and even Welcome to Paradise. One of the things that I thought was very odd was the back photo. I was like, for one, I thought the band looked completely different. I was like, that does not look like the guys that I've seen on music videos. Outside of, because like, you know, Mike has long hair. I thought, oh, it's kind of, you know, odd. And then like, I thought Billy looked nothing like Billy. And then I find out that it's actually Trey Cool on a guitar here, and Billy back over there. And I thought it was weird that they were shirtless. I thought that was kind of odd, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, like Smooth Out Slappy Hours, this was also recorded at the Art of Ear studio, where there's so many, you know, great albums, great California punk rock albums that were recorded there. There's so many, and this is one of them. I mean, this has to be like an East Bay classic. It's just, this is in some respects the album that kind of put Green Day on the map. Still to this day, this was the highest selling Lookout album, and it's no longer on Lookout Records. But once again, I don't own the re-releases, but I want them. But there's no extra features except for, I know the vinyl comes with the Sweet Children EP separately inside it, so that's kind of cool. I believe this is the only record where Billy Joe was playing drums, recorded drums. But it seems like there was another song that he actually was the drummer, or played a little bit of drums. I don't know about that. Anyway, this album has some terrific lyrics. The lyrics on this album have really, I guess, I found relatable through almost my entire time owning this album. Almost, like I said, it really started to hit me like maybe when I was about maybe 20 or so, cause like Billy, you know, Billy's lyrics were like written coming from a person who was like pretty much just out of high school and dealing with kind of understanding what it is to kind of grow up. And he also fell in love. So the songs really aren't sappy like Why Not Me love songs, you know. They're like the love songs on here are more like, I love this girl, she's just far away and I really miss her. Stuff like that. Speaking of love songs, 80 is like one of my favorite love songs in the history of love songs. I know it's not a traditional, you know, Mariah Carey or Nat King Cole type love song, but the lyrics in it are just terrific. I really wish that Green Day would do that song live, and such a great bass line. Like this album has some awesome Green Day bass lines. And of course, No One Knows, which is like a bass leading song. Interesting to note, Billy Joe actually wrote that bass line, so And even with songs like 2,000 Light Years Away, I mean, that's kind of a great bass line. You know, it's not like crazy, difficult, but it's not always about being like crazy difficult. It's about what you can do and just making it sound good. And Mike's really good at that. I mean, Mike's not gonna like blow your face off with a crazy bass solo. No, he's gonna give you bass solos that are enjoyable to listen to, so that Billy can go on with his hey oh for like 7 minutes. Sometimes that gets a little ridiculous, but it's so good. Anyway, yeah, and I love the fact that that Green Day still plays plays this album live as if it was a hit record. I mean, any night you see them, you, you could hear 2,000 Light Years Away, Christy Road, who wrote Holden Caulfield, whatever, Dominated Love Slave even, and then of course Welcome to Paradise, which was a Dookie single, but you can still kind of say it's a Kerplunk song, because it is a Kerplunk song. But it was like a really good Kerplunk song that the Reprise people said, hey, why don't you re-record that song and, make it a single. They also re-recorded 409 in Coffee Maker, though it didn't make the album. It was no, was it on the Jerky Boys soundtrack? Jerky Boys soundtrack actually had 2,000 Light Years Away re-recorded. And then 409, I think, was a B-side to Basket Case, I think. Maybe wrong about that. I don't know what it was, but whenever I would vacuum or clean, still to this day, this album's a really good cleaning record. You just like cleaning and listening to it. It's like, oh, I'm going to clean today. Pop this in. I don't know why. It just works. The bad thing about my CD version, because I played it so many times, that there's scratches, there's actually holes in the CD. So like Christy Road doesn't really play correctly. There's a big skip. So that's kind of annoying, but that's another reason I would love to get the Reprise re-release. But unlike their first album, this was not remastered. And then my brother told me, because I never found out why, because like Green Day kept on promising that they were going to re-release it, and like a little digipack with a a better sound quality and all this, but then apparently the master tapes are ruined, so this album's forever gonna sound like this, which is still cool, because I mean it still sounds good for like a smaller budget record. And another suck thing is that I used to own a Kerplunk shirt that like had this whole look on it, with a Lookout Records emblem on the back of it. I love that shirt. Unfortunately, I lost that shirt at the Isle of Capri Hotel, this casino down in Louisiana. I was very disappointed when I lost that one. That's why I'm kind of wearing this random Green Day shirt, because I kind of wanted to wear shirts that were all kind of symbolize that record, so I just wore this shirt. There's actually a few songs on here that I rank kind of low on the whole Green Day world. Like one for the Razorbacks. It's okay. It's just kind of, I don't know. Private Ale's another song that's kind of like, okay, so it's basically just like those two songs, but the rest of them are just tremendous. I love them, and like I said, the lyrics have been a big big part of me. This is lyrically one of my favorite records, musically one of my favorite records. But I know like there's this whole thing, with like once like Green Day signed to a major label with all these, hypocritical, phony people out there saying that they stopped liking Green Day after Kerplunk, or they only like their Lookout stuff. It's just crap. Because if you really like this album, and if you like go on saying, "Oh, Kerplunk's a fantastic album, Dookie sucked," that made no sense. Because this album is very similar to Dookie. The only difference is the sound quality. Because I mean, Dookie would have sounded almost exactly the same on Lookout Records, because most of the songs were written before Green Day was even really signed. So it's just it's stupid. People like that are just phonies, and I mean that's those are the people that really annoy. You know, stupid punk rock people. Like I said, I absolutely love this record. If I was going to give it a 10 through 1 rating, I mean, with 10, 10 being the best, obvi, this is definitely a 10 from start to finish. Outside of those two songs, like I said, it's a fantastic record. Even with the Sweet Children EP stuff, I mean, because that just sounds it sounds weird because it doesn't sound like the Green Day style. Even like the without Slappy Hour era, it didn't even sound like that Green Day. But it's all Green Day and it's great. Like I said, this is more like the Green Day signature sound on this record. Billy's playing is like Billy now. It's and the band just sounds tighter, and I think it's all because of Trey. So in some respects, you could say Trey was the MVP to Kerplunk. See you guys next time for Dookie.